When hinges creak in doorless chambers and strained advising sounds echo through the halls, whenever candlelights flicker, when the air is deathly still, that is the time ghosts are present, practicing their ghoulish delight. When cryptos creak and tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Close your eyes and don't try to hide. Shrouded in a dark disguise. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When cryptos creak and tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs high over dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creaky creeps with hairy eyes start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Hear the knell of a requiem bell. Reckless bones etherealize. Rise as spooks of every size. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When cryptos creak and tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When cryptos creak and tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake.
Hello.
Haunts materialize. Grim grinning ghosts
Alright. I'm just gonna give it just a quick pause on that, just because it's gonna kind of ruin the mood just a little bit trying to play this game. Normally, I would have this on full screen, but if I did do that, then I wouldn't be able to see everyone commenting, and I couldn't find my preferred TTS, I guess you could say. So, it's weird having to push my bangs out of my face, because I actually got my hair cut today. There we go. Maybe... I'll put some, like, ambiance or something. Um... Uh, looking for one that's not, like, 2 fucking minutes long, but, you know. This should work. There we go. Cool. Let's put it around there. Hi, Void! Nice to see you. Alright, I gotta turn down my own volume. Alright. I think everything should be ready. So this game is called Discover My Body. And I think it's like a few years old by now. Probably. I'm hoping my model doesn't get too late with this. Yes, we're playing some Yames games. I was always really interested in this, but I felt like whenever some YouTuber played it, that they never really went as in depth as I wanted to look at things, so I'm gonna be able to do it on my own this time. So, just like, bear with me, because this thing is... I can't actually make this window any bigger. So you guys can see it, but I can't really see it that well. So I'll do my best to read it, but just keep in mind. That's all. Also following, who was it that said it? I think it was Marin. That was like, why don't you just make the whole VTube Studio program fit the entire OBS screen? And I was like, huh. Didn't think about that before. But now, actually, let me push it back so people can actually see the chat. That'd be a good idea. Go down. Good. There we go. Good, good, good. The aesthetic is unbelievable. Yes. Alright. Going to start. In the year 2040, human beings look for increasingly strange solutions in hopes of finding connection and community. Distrusting previous institutions that supposedly brought people together in common, lonely people look to technology and science for answers. Let me just pull that down. I didn't know this was gonna have music, so... Oops! One such new Oh, I missed that. Ah, you must be the new student Dr. Morrison was speaking of. Yes? How? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong fucking thing, no wonder. There we go. I was clicking the OBS screen. I hear you're quite bright. Have you ever studied a physical Bolitunian flowering before? I see. Well, you're in for quite a treat. I've assisted with many flowerings before. However, this is my first time in the hot seat. The facility is equipped with a neutron coronal scanner. You'll be able to view my transformation and its various effects on my bodily systems. Just navigate the icon over my body and scan for info points to click on. My brain's Broca area has been linked to a digital readout, so even when I'm at the point where I am beyond human speech, I will be able to communicate. Well, please begin your examination. There's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make myself just a bit bigger. There we go. That's better. Alright. Oh, that's weird. It, like, follows where I click. Can the music, like, relax for a minute? Yeah, he's covering himself there. Oh, there it is. Oh, don't you see it? Oh, look at that. It's another face. What did he want me to do? Not press E. What is it? Oh, scan. There we go. Aha! You've discovered the injection site. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Morrison took a bone-deep needle to my right shin. It hurt like hell. However, what he injected was worth its weight in gold. It was a skin graft of a successful PTB flowering. What's that? It kind of looks like a face. Well, the PTB organism is a psychical organism. Its physical manifestation draws from a shared pool. I just hate it when another grows where your foot once was. Oh, yeah, that's right, his foot's not there. Well, its denizens' traumas, fears, dreams. I believe that's my mother's face on my shin. Oh, how I miss her. But enough about me. Please continue the examination. Dariaki, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. I see that my game is above your alert. That's not good. Oops. Oh, no, too low. Too low. There we go. That'll work. We're playing Discover My Body. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I guess topical? Oh, I am on topical. Skeletal. Ooh. I gotta get the rest of his arm there. Okay. Aha! You've discovered my rotting bones. Oh, wonderful. Fucking great. Yes, the rot has set in, certainly. It itches like the devil. But soft bones are required for the PTB to do its work. The human body was never intended to experience a flowering. Well, that's good, at least. You're not gonna get it unless you want it. In the process, one is contorted physically, or psychically and physically. Soft, rotting bones are pliable enough to assume a flowering shape. Again, though, very painful stuff, still, whatever it was gonna read. When I begin to scream, I expect you to keep your cool, though. Oh, wonderful. This should be all academic to you. You're getting any class credit for this, by the way. I should be. I see. Well, please continue. Nervous. Ah, is it maybe this? Yeah, it's up here. Aha! You've discovered the primordial inhibitor. Oh. This is a device implanted in my brain stem, which helps to undo certain evolutionary safeguards against operations like this. It limits bodily and mental reactivity to existential stimuli. Okay. In not too many words, the flowering is an evolutionary aberration. One which requires some retooling of our formation of mental concepts. For instance, one who has flowered does not experience the human idea of time. And it settles me how casual he is about this. Exactly. But if I tried and apprehended this with my regular old monkey mind, I would go absolutely insane. But anyways, please go on. Discover. Explore. Uh-huh. According to the concentration of the PTB in my blood, I will begin the flowering process very soon. Quick, give me your wallet to back down on. Oh. Cool. How do I... Wow, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. That's better. Sorry, I seem to have bit down too hard and broken a couple teeth. Give me a moment to spit them out. Oh, gross. Now then, as you can see by my face, I'm midway through the flowering process. Hurrah! I can feel the inkling of a panpsychic connection. Expect nothing less from a doctor, I guess. True. And my body has... Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. My body is experiencing amazing and terrible growth. See for yourself. Well, I mean... Oh. Oh, where... Oh! Okay, I have not actually seen anyone play this game in a while. So... all of the visuals are new to me right now. Oh, would you look at that? No legs. Absolutely nothing. Oh, you don't want me to go there. Oh, there we go. Aha! You've discovered that my hands have fallen off. Oh. Blech. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll never play the violin again. Joking aside, this is pretty much to be expected. Part of the primordial inhibitor is to disassociate brain and hand connectedness. As a result of this, the hands fall off, as they are merely vestigial baggage, standing in the way of a superior evolution. I'm sorry, just briefly had a bit of ego death there for a moment. Oh my god. I can feel my thoughts intertwine in a rhizomatic group mind. Please continue. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. It has bones. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Dude is rotting and is calmly talking about it and cracking jokes. Honestly, that's how I wish to be. If that's how I'm gonna fucking die, you know? Oh. Oh, there it is. Aha! You've discovered my bone growths. Oh, God. As I was saying about that dramatic changes of PTB flowering... Oh, that's right. He's not a normal guy anymore. He's kind of fucked up now. Dramatic changes of PTB flowering incurs. Well, now at a deep bone level, my skeletal system is basically sponge cake. Great. But look closer. My bone fragments have begun to reassemble into a complicated, if fragile, latticework. Yeah, kind of like mycelium, of water-thin psychic receptors. Some of the bones are poking out of my skin. I knew that. I felt it. Please, go on. Okay. Oh, he looks like a light bulb. Oh, there it is. Ah, you've discovered my new minds. Okay. The extent that the brain is a mind, that is. We'll leave that to the philosophers. As my own mind-brain disintegrates into the group mind, what remains of my body becomes a small distribution of other flowering mind-brains. As we speak, I am flooded with powerful memories that are not my own. I feel, well, it's hard to even use the word I anymore. This guy's a walking idea. He is! Even to distinguish ourselves from our timeless unity seems wrong. I feel infinite pleasure as well as infinite pain. Oh, he's kind of like he's being fucked with by the Cenobites. Is this what death is? Maybe. I see where you're at the final stages. I complete the flowering. Infinite pain. Death. Oh, I am so happy. Okay. I wanted to see what was going on the other stages, but when is this gonna fucking just not gonna go back? Yames. Yames. Alright. Alright. Do I kinda wanna see, wait a minute, let me see. Because I don't wanna just go over it again and completely play it again. And just go over that shit one more time. I wanna see what his ending body looked like, though. Apparently there's going to be an update called Discover Our Bodies. As in, like... As in... I guess multiple people. And go more into... Sorry, I'm itching my face. More into the actual, like, world of it. I'm gonna go through it. I want to see what his... Because at first I was like, oh, okay, let me just let this happen. But if I keep going with it, at least, then I want to switch to different, different scanning types. Lab synthesized fungi. You medical student. Oh, I still didn't read that again. Cool. Cool. I can't wait to play Growing My Grandpa, not Discover My Grandpa, Jesus. You gotta show all of it, or else when you do it, you're not gonna see any of the good shit. Ah, okay, so I can go backwards, good. Okay. Okay, it's not as hard to get through it as I thought it would be. Here we go, topical. Sorry. Parents saying goodnight. Okay. Oh, it doesn't let me switch. Ah! Okay. So I'll go through, quickly get everything else, see what it says. Because I couldn't actually move, I could not actually switch the things. I was trying. Okay, one last little square. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go to the nervous. Cool. Get through that. Okay. And there we are. Alright, here we go, everyone. Nope, you can't switch it. Oh, God. Oh, it made me jump. Can he even see in that? No, he can't see. He can't even actually talk, as far as I know. I think it was just him. Like, he had, like, set up this sort of, like, mind connection in order to talk to us. Okay. So, now that we've done that, let me get to... growing my grandpa. And in the meantime, I'm gonna switch the game real quick. That was a very short game. Why is it doing that? Okay. Whoa, okay. Give me a moment. Best experienced on a mouse and keyboard. Yep. Okay, it is huge. Big! Alright. Done. Cool. Alright, so it's not like a super huge actual, like, game. Okay. F3 to disable or change shader density. Cycle through display resolutions. Oh, that's weird that it wiggles. Alright, well, I want that little bit of wiggle. A little bit of wiggle. Oh, it's actually making my emotion things go on and off. Oh, it's so you can change your fucking skin color. White as sheet. Okay. There we go. It's making my emotion thing go right on and off. I can't get it. There we go. Okay. I have all of my emotions mapped to my F keys, so... Alright, yes. This game is designed to be played with a mouse. The input required of you is based around clicking the mouse buttons. The right mouse button will change the cursor's image and function. The little wigglies. You know I do have a wiggly. I don't know how you're able to get it, though. I forget. Only when pointing, indicated by the extended index finger, can the player interact with certain menu buttons and prompts. Please click below. Another one to add. The second cursor mode is indicated by the cursor's image featuring a hand extending all fingers. This mode concerns interacting with objects inside the world, mainly picking up an object and moving it into another position. To continue, please pick up the piece of trash. I don't know why I didn't read that as, oh, a regular piece of trash. It was like an insult. Please pick up the piece of trash on the right and place it in the trash can on the left. Remember the mouse. Kirby, fuck off. Leave my door alone. No. God, he's such a little baby. Remember, the right mouse button will change the cursor's mode but when holding something, the mode cannot be changed until the cursor's not holding something. There we go. That's it. There will be many situations in growing my grandpa. Ha! Exclamation point. That will require you to pick things up, place things, grab things, or give things. Don't be afraid to experiment and keep an open mind about using your hand. I have a name. Click the button below to continue. Remember, buttons must be clicked in pointer mode. In order to expedite the cleaning process, you can use digits 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard's number row at the top of the keyboard to reposition the trash can below. Try moving the can to the right side of the screen. Sorry. Okay. Well done. Please click the continue button to move on. And please remember it must be clicked in pointer mode. Yes. A variety of video options can be changed at any time. By default, it's scaled up by a factor of 2 and the shader is set at low. Configuration options overlay. Yes, that's it. Oh, okay. That's cool. All times during the game. Thus ends the tutorial. I hope you enjoy growing my grandpa. Infinite thanks to my patience. Thank you, Yames. Week 1. Oh boy. That looked weird. I excused Adrienne during music class today and spoke with her about her recent string of demerits. It was our first time meeting outside of our quarterly evaluations, and I believe it went well. I can certainly understand Mrs. Richardson's classroom observations concerning Adrian's emotional state. She was, of course, intensely shy when we first met. As I understand it, she is similarly withdrawn in her classroom activities and only speaks or acts when she absolutely must. Some things she simply will not do. Instead of participating in mandatory group activities, she will sit alone and accept that she will receive a demerit. Before the meeting, I read Mrs. Richardson's parent-teacher report, which allowed me to estimate some about Adrian's home life. Parents are well educated and come from a prestigious background, but they lack time to properly nurture Adrienne. She is often alone, and when she is not, the parents seem to not understand the importance of warmth and affirmation when dealing with someone so young. Having two parents of this reserved and icy temperament exacts an inhibition in a child. The child's imagination is subdued, but only ostensibly, for it eventually finds its way into regular life. I surmised that I would be able to reach out to Adrienne by way of make-believe. How are you liking your new house? You've told me you've used... Kirby! Stop! Stop. I don't need to hear the big brown baby over there. Anyway, how are you liking your new house? You've told me you used to live close, but it can still be a big adjustment. A new room, a new school. I gotta get my voice... I gotta get the voice ready, wait. Okay.
The basement. I like that.
Oh god, that does not sound good. The basement?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of cool stuff. Mom and Dad sent me down there.
Your mom and dad made you go?
Yeah, but there's lots of cool stuff. Well, that's not why they sent me down there, though.
A certain phrase comes to mind. The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Exactly. Why did they send you down there?
Fighting. They were fighting. Shouting. I came in to help, and they shouted at me. They said, go clean up downstairs, so I went.
That sounds tough. Did they fight a lot?
No, well, they,
It's alright, Adrienne. Maybe you can tell me about the basement instead.
Okay. Well, it was weird at first, the stuff down there, but cool. I found something living, sort of.
It's very interesting, Adrienne. Please tell me more. By indulging in her fantasies and stories, I was able to glean more of an understanding of Adrian's anxiety surrounding her home and parents. The symbols of Adrian's stories seem to carry their own traumatic weight, and her exploration of the basement may very well be a vehicle for the conveyance of her anxiety. Whatever might come of our next meeting, whether she will engage in similar make-believe, I will set down her story here. No, I'm not a professional VA. I am a hobbyist. I have not actually been paid to VA before. Unless you count streaming, in which, yeah, I kinda get paid, depending. Adrian's story begins with her delving into the basement with a trash receptacle and the goal of cleaning up. She discovered one of the walls was covered in plastic bags. She went to investigate, intent on tearing away whatever it covered. Oh, I do not like the FMV. Oh, I do not like it. Oh. Oh, okay. I don't know what these are, but... Upon removing the plastic trash bags from the wall, she noticed the interior lining was covered in glass. Like a window. Or, like a window? I offered.
No,
She said.
like a mirror.
Reflecting inward towards the animal they covered. I gently asked her what exactly this animal was. Here is where the material reality of the story took a turn for the explicitly fantastic and imaginary. Oh! I did not like that, no. Upon her discovery of it, at her gaze, it grew, or extended. Its shaggy-haired self, hair like the fur of a dog. I offered.
No,
She said.
not the fur of a dog.
Oh, sorry. She's not supposed to be saying that. Not the fur of a dog nor the hair on her head. It grew out towards her, the animal's hair, reaching out. It was hard, standing almost straight like the hair on a brush. A bristle, I offered.
Yes,
She said. She was very afraid at first, but then very curious. I asked her what else was in the room. More things hidden away, she said. Oh, wait, no, I gotta... Okay,
more things hidden away.
she said.
Things of Grandpa's as well.
I'm trying my best here with it. First, she found a hidden passage under the stairs. Inside were strange dolls, magic objects, naked, faceless figures. I heard these cryptic utterances and merely nodded. In order to keep the game of make-believe going, I only pressed for details where I thought necessary. The faceless dolls could be a simple metaphor for the anonymity she feels in her own home. The hidden passage, I am unsure what to make of that. The revealing of the concealed seems to be thematic in her fantasy. The door under the stairs is but one example. Oh. So, this is nuts. I love this. Oh. The darkness of the shadowy corner unnerves you. You cannot explore here without some form of light. Okay. This is like perfect, like, boob grab hand. Which is a terrible thing to say. Trash pile, and then, okay. Okay, nothing here. Just making it, because I can hear footsteps. It's like, sorry, I'm just like, as I sit there listening, you can hear the parents, like, arguing upstairs. If you listen, like, really closely, but I don't think I had the volume up high enough for you guys to hear that. Once she removed the panel and found the magical hidden passage, she was very specific about what she took. She found a magic book, a magic doll, a photo of her late grandpa, and magic glue. Oh. Oh, don't like this. Don't like that. Don't like it. A slouching doll. Its material is rough and coarse. Oh. Actually, let me... Oh. Let me... Okay. Papers crudely bound together to form a book. Eurasian steppe shamanism and the fusiform gyrus. An interdisciplinary study in sympathetic magic. A dissertation by Jacob Hart. The impetus of this research was the recognition of a particular pattern in fragments of documents relating to magic and magico-religious practices. Numerous sources were drawn from. Commentaries on laws relating to the banning of sorcery and necromancy, compilations of folk charms relating to love spells, hagiographs of saints and their encounters with devils. The list spans many centuries and a great distance, from the Levant to the Khazar Khaganate to the border of the modern nation-states of Russia and Kazakhstan today. From this paper trail arose a consistent account of a certain form of magic relating to the binding of demons to a sorcerer's will. A demon called the Heaven of Needles, or the Angel of Needles, was known to be kept best by shamanic keepers on wards who suffer from face blindness, prosopagnosia, whether by birth or through developmental causes like a stroke or head injury. It was known to be extremely effective but terribly dangerous, so much so that it became outlawed several times and was generally a popular scapegoat relating to unexpected death. This nexus of magico-religious meaning-making, sorcery regarding human-related desires, and the history of science, of neurological disorders related to the fusiform gyrus, is where the subject of this dissertation will reside. I will outline further and then analyze the historical sources I mentioned previously. Then I will go into the neurology of the mystic and magico-religious experiences. After that, I will detail my ongoing correspondence with a resident of the Ural Mountain region, who's an expert folklorist and keeper of traditions he claims have been passed down through his extended family for generations. There we go, just a little quieter. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh. A photo of your late grandfather. Mr. PhD, I think is what it says. Ah, I don't like the eyes. Yeah, Mr. PhD. On the reverse side of the photograph, there's more text. Good luck on your trip to the Urals. Stay warm. Howdy. Yeah. Glue, okay. All clean. The space will not be dirty again until next week. Oh, all-purpose glue. I interrupted to ask what she did with these magical, mysterious materials.
Well, Grandpa,
She explained plainly, and then, without missing a beat, she continued on with her story. Feeling this was a potent symbol, I stopped her again to ask what she meant. Somewhat puzzled, I did not understand immediately. She explained slowly.
Grandpa lives in the cage in the other room. The cage beyond the door. The group people in the cage.
Oh. Great. Can I, like... Oh, I see a face in there. Oh, that's wonderful. You can see it right there. It kind of looks like a skull. I don't like it. Oh, there's a lot of papers. A hastily written note. I have repeatedly called your homes to no avail, and so I am forced to leave this here for you all. I found William sitting in the corner of the enclosure area, seemingly severely concussed. Whiskers was gone, and none of its usual hiding places. I immediately suspected the worst. I hate how casually she says that. Yeah. The project thus must be suspended for now. I am leaving the usual mirrored coverings we use to keep the anthropoidic void sealed. I have done my best to lock up everything on such short notice. It is a hasty fix, but it will require some time to find a more permanent remedy. I'm honestly hoping you do not find this note, as I intend to lock the house down too. I intend to race off to you to retrieve your lockbox keys. Do not worry about William's key. It and the rest of his equipment is almost certainly deep within Whiskers by now. What? And none of its, first of all. And the rest of his equipment. So whatever the fuck Whiskers turned into, it was big enough to not only eat his keys, but everything else. I pray you do not enter this room. No matter how it may appear, William cannot be helped, and is only being kept alive as a means of continuing predation on the rest of us. I will say once again, no matter what state you may encounter William in, he cannot be helped. I have sympathy for the young man, I truly do, but I found on his person several photos of his late sister, which would imply certain risks he knew he was taking. Our extant research materials have now become possible liabilities, either criminal and professional in nature, so I've stashed them away. I believe I let you all know how I might do this if we were to ever experience an event such as this. I hope you all remember what I told you. So long, then. A note on experiment 1 of 4. 1. For the sake of university policy and the health of any future career you hope to have, you will abide by the non-disclosure contract you have signed. Do not break the anthropoidic vacuum without my prior consultation and approval. Any anthropoidic forms brought into the enclosure area must not be left unattended. When not in dormancy, the sample will attempt to take anthropoid shells. Please see shell notes for more on that. Oh. This is the wrong one. Oops, sorry. Ritual behavior with the sample, trading, bargaining, will result in dismissal from the project. The precise mechanism of the exchange of symbols and gifts required for a requested desirous yield is not known, and even then, anecdotal accounts of success are end in violent death. Okay. 4. The sample's exposure to some of our neuronal activity is unavoidable. However, the speed at which its desirous yield is produced can be dampened by several precautions regarding libidinal and emotional urges. Keep conversation not related to lab work to a minimum. At its desirable yield is produced, can be dampened. So whatever it is, it's mimicking people, is what I'm gathering from this. If you begin to suspect you are developing attachments to your colleagues, contact me as soon as possible. Whatever that means. In fact, let me... There we go. Last one. Oh, I see Whiskers, growth. Regarding growth cycles. Every time Whiskers regenerates and leaves dormancy, it is to be logged as a new propagation. The sample's bodily existence cannot be i.e., a part cannot be cut from the whole, so there can only be one living propagation. Propagations are to be terminated after 5 weeks. Libidinal. Oh yeah, libido. Also, now I'm starting to realize that Whiskers isn't like some pet. Whiskers is what they named this creature. So, great! Any further development puts us at risk. Termination procedures will be posted and followed with extreme care. With all that out of the way, I want to welcome you to the project. I look forward to working with you. Dr. Hart. Excuse me. Beyond the door, in the room, the cage was hidden, concealed in another cloak of inward-facing mirrors. Ooh, don't like this. It's that big brush-looking thing. Yeah. A hidden cage lined with mirrors. It is strange, almost poetic. The elaborate fantasy of self-reflection, concealment, captivity. Should I... Oh, yeah. Okay. These look kind of like bones, but I don't know. And at the cage, she finally cast her spell.
But it was confusing
She confided.
at first.
She took the magic doll, the magic glue, and the photo of her grandpa. And she combined them, and she wished very hard. I can... Why the fuck does that show up? Get out of there. I can only assume in this fantasy that next her wish would come true. Is what child's story would it not? Oh. What? Particular human representation, generic human figure. Grandpa. Oh, I see what it... Okay. Glue together. A tangible symbol of intention and desire. She put Grandpa in the cage, assuming that was part of the ritual. She was not clear on how it worked. What precise instructions she would glean from her grandfather's magic book was complicated by her reading comprehension. She wished with all her heart, and then she told me she waited a while for something, anything to happen. And after that time, she began to cry.
I cried really hard.
No, I don't like how I said that. Ugh.
I cried really hard. Cried really hard.
She said.
I wanted Grandpa to be back. I wanted my parents to stop being so mean. And it hurt me. It hurt me wish for Grandpa to come back. For my parents to be different. I could feel it through the walls and it felt me through the air.
I asked her what exactly she meant. She could only repeat what she said.
Yeah. Oh my god.
By this time, lunch was almost over. I said goodbye to Adrienne, and she left to rejoin her class. I was left to consider our conversation. I believe the storytelling strategy I have employed was not unfruitful, but I must probe deeper if I can. Although I can be sure of nothing I interpret, the impressions I get may begin to help me get an idea of the right questions to ask. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to certain topics or keywords you can discuss with Grandpa. You've gained the conversation topic wish. Consider discussing this when Grandpa emerges. Oh boy! You've also gained the following keyword, shell. Week 2. I met again with Adrienne in order to address her emotional outbursts in the past few weeks. It is our second time meeting, and while it is standard practice to have multiple sessions with a troubled student, as I assemble a report for the counseling department, I could not help but think, as we sat down in my office, that Adrienne already seemed to show a remarkable change in self-esteem and confidence, and perhaps my Miss Richardson's estimation of her as emotionally disturbed was erroneous. The paralyzing shyness and withdrawn attitude Adrienne possessed last week was not entirely diminished, but she seemed to be holding herself differently this week. However, it has only lasted as long as our conversation pertained to initial introductory pleasantries. When I began once again asking her about her parents, her feelings regarding her new school, and her home, she quickly lost what new confidence she had gathered up and withdrew again into herself. So, once again, I partook in some collaborative make-believe. At this time, I was aided by the fact that I had managed to do some research into Adrian's grandfather, and I had some insight into what she might actually be finding in the basement. Now, this may be overstepping my bounds, some as a school. I admit, this may be overstepping my bounds some as a school counseling caseworker, but this was all in the service of making Adrian comfortable and happy in this learning environment. In any case, I was able to dig up information regarding the grandfather by inquiring at the university in town. Not that I make it a habit of sleuthing, but I had a suspicion the grandfather was a professor there, or at least some sort of researcher due to the fact that the newly constructed laboratory on the campus I drive by every day bears his name in memorial. He was some sort of anthropologist or linguist or neuroscientist. I did not have to dig that deep before the scope of his work became dizzying and I ran up against the limits of my undergraduate education. But back to the make-believe. What is your grandpa like? Is he a smart man?
Not anymore. But I'm teaching him.
So he's grown a good deal then. You've been feeding him well?
Yeah, he's getting bigger, but he has a lot of room in his cage.
He's still behind the bars.
Yeah, well, he might be able to climb out eventually. But there's this vent in the ceiling.
Well, perhaps if he climbs out I could meet him someday.
Yeah, maybe. But he's not ready to leave. He can't take care of himself. I have to feed him, pick up after him.
What do you mean her eyes are so far apart? Her eyes look like they're closed. Ah, you stored the food in your lunchbox. It's nice of you to share.
He can almost talk.
You cannot speak with him?
He doesn't have a mouth, sort of.
But how do you feed him?
He has a mouth on the outside, on his shell, or the stuff that is his skin.
I'm a little confused. Maybe you can go through a typical day with your grandpa.
Okay.
Delnry, hello. Nice of you to come by and take a chat. I asked her to explain how exactly she goes about growing her grandpa, and Adrienne began another tale. According to Adrienne, in the week that had passed, much had changed in the basement. Ugh, I always hate... Ugh, I don't know why. Every single time it shows them walking down the steps. Ugh. Walking down the steps, just like getting into the basement for the first time, it always gives me like a weird chill up my back. Oh, it's gone. The hairy thing that was here before is gone. FMV stuff freaks me out. Yeah. I should go see Grandpa first. Wake Grandpa! Oh!
It was scary at first.
She said.
The way he moved, the way the doll skin covered him. And
I wanted to interject. This somehow seemed inappropriate, but I kept listening.
when I look at him,
She continued.
when I think about him, he grows and moves. It's like he is growing for me.
So he's growing bigger now? I asked.
Yes,
She said.
bigger every day.
Oh. What the fuck is that? It looks like a big worm! This begins the actual growing part of growing your grandpa. Beneath the doll's burlap skin, the follicles knit together what resembles a proper person, your grandpa. You are in charge of its cognitive development and diet until it is able to sustain itself. Currently, you are observing Grandpa. Please click the arrow back button below for a brief tutorial of your duties as caretaker. Yeah, it is my grandpa. Look at how fucking eldritch and disgusting it is. The lunchbox is currently empty. Seek out food for Grandpa. Okay. Here you can see a variety of options regarding growing your grandpa. Highlighted in red are objectives related to feeding and teaching Grandpa. Important messages regarding Grandpa's recent activity will also appear here. You will need to find it food and learning material before you can move on to the next week. Some foods will make Grandpa happy, others merely content. Some foods will make Grandpa disgusted to the point of nausea. Learning materials also scattered throughout the basement. Seek out vocabulary cards intended to help teach English and basic anthropoidic concept information. The options highlighted in red are related to navigating around Grandpa's enclosure. The Go to Grandpa option will let you perform all actions directly related to Grandpa: feeding, teaching, observing, etc. Accessing the Study Corner will let you go over any documents you pick up as the weeks go by. It's a good idea to learn about the work of the people who last occupied this space. Oh shit, I didn't know that you redeemed a hydrate. Give me a moment. Okay. There we go. Accessing the kitchen corner will let you search for food in the old refrigerator and prepare food for Grandpa if need be. The help button will replay this tutorial. The save game button will save your current progress. You can only have one save file at a time, so if you have save data, you will be asked if it is okay to overwrite it. Of course it's only one at a time. Of course! In a game that likely has multiple endings, I'm gonna have to do this over and over again. Okay. The exit game button will take you back to the main menu. More buttons may or may not appear depending on your development of Grandpa, so watch out for them. One final note. Take care to explore the basement at your leisure. However, due to the entropic nature of clutter and trash, different weeks may allow you to find things you had not previously discovered. Why don't you go give him a hug? Good luck. I'm gonna explore the basement a little. Bulbous growth, trash pile, examine. What bulbous growth? Something appears to be growing from the wall. You take a closer. A pulsating sac. The slimy membrane. I can't fucking read today. Ugh. The slimy membrane that is its skin seems to contain something. It might be able to be opened with a blade. Okay. Trash pile. Oh, there's something. Linguistics module. Hello. Teach Grandpa this word to read the notes of past educators. Okay. Cool. Excuse me. Corroded battery. This isn't really food. Grandpa might eat it, however. Okay. I wonder if giving him, like, legitimate, like, real people food will be bad. Meatball. It is a meatball. You're right. Examine. Trash. You cannot explore it without some form of light. Okay, so I can't go that way. Cabinet. Slouching under the weight of rot and refuse. I kind of like the idea that I have to, like, clean up the trash. It's kind of interesting. Oh. Will not be dirty again until next week. What is this? Oh, blueberries. It looks edible. Grandpa might like this. So I'm guessing that's the content one. The other one was the one that will make him nauseous, I'm guessing. Oh, that's a baby doll head. Don't like that. Don't like that. Oh, it's another baby doll head. Don't like that. An account of an acquisition. You can examine this in detail later at the study corner. Well, why, when I can just read it now? Before we began, we had all of us cover our faces completely. An earthenware pot was bleh, and on the inside, as we stole brief glances at it, we could see the interior was inlaid with mirrors. The bleh. Oh! Donuts Carnival. Hello, everyone! Wow! Pop Cup. Oh, these are cute! Oh, these are adorable. Hello, everyone. My name is GOOO. We're playing, Growing My Grandpa! Exclamation point right now. We only just recently got into... Thank you, Peachy Prince. Thank you for following. We only just recently got into the part where it's legitimate gameplay, instead of just, like, being held by the hand. So we're exploring, we're getting rid of trash, we are feeding Grandpa. It is a horror game, definitely. It's made by Yames. A little earlier, we did a little warm-up of Discover My Body, but now we're actually, like, legitimately playing it. So, hello, everyone! Oh, Kaito, thank you for the sub! Oh, that's so sweet of you! Alright, where was I? Let me start it over. Before we began, we had all of us cover our faces completely. An earthenware pot was bleh, and on the inside, as we stole brief glances at it, we could see the interior was inlaid with mirrors. The bleh gave it small pieces of dough, spoiled food, chicken feed, bleh, keeping it content. Okay, so I think that means this is small pieces of dough, spoiled food, and chicken feed would keep it content. The keeper gestured towards the small bag where the food composted and told us to be careful not to feed it any meat. I asked if the rotting food was enough to sustain it, how it might get nutrients from any of this. The keeper regarded me seriously and said it did not matter what it was fed. The act of feeding itself was what mattered. The act of feeding flesh is another act, however. He then gave me another series of grave warnings regarding not keeping any animal-derived foods near where I might be keeping it. Okay, so don't feed it any meat or animal products. It must be vegan. Just remembered those fucking baby doll heads are there. Oh, great. There's so many. There's so many. Yes, this is indeed a horror game. Alright, so that was top drawer. Bottom drawer. Okay, so it needs a key that we don't have right now. Trash pile. Something about that painting looks strange. Let me search the trash pile first. Vegan grandpa, exactly. What's this? Fiberglass insulation. This isn't really food. Grandpa might eat it, however. Okay. So much trash. Like, this is this little girl's... Okay. Just give me a moment. This is this little girl's basement. Like, her parents live up here. Who the fuck is throwing all of this trash down here? Like, it's certainly not Grandpa. Okay. And yes, I'm actually a true hydrator. I use water, not soda or anything else. Search the painting. Oh! Oh, I have to... Okay. Folder full of radiographic images. Is fiberglass vegan? I mean, it's not made out of animals. So I would suppose so. Oh, and a posture check. Hi, cat! Hello! My child! Hello, hello, hello! Oh, there's something I wish to show you guys as well, now that I think about it. Since everyone's here, everyone should get to see the best part of me right now. Where is it? I think it's... Ha ha ha! I'm gonna show off just a little bit, because I'm happy. And why not? It's spooky season. My eyes can look away. Everywhere. So I'm peering into your fucking soul right now. But that's not all. Where's the other one? It's, Nope, that's crime. There we go! Sorry if you have phobias of eyes, but if you do, I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong stream right now. Aw, thank you. I might actually keep my... it makes me wonder if I should just keep myself on this. I am indeed Grandpa. This'll make it... this'll make it like I'm actually part of the game. Oh my god. All the eyes moved with... They all move together, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let me... There we go. I'll keep this on for now. Oh, you want gift case? Okay. Mwah. There you go. You're welcome. It was very teethy. Sorry about that. Alright, a folder full of radiographic images. You can examine this in detail later. Oh, so I can't look at that right now. Great. So I did everything there. What do I have in here? Pink fiberglass for insulating homes. Blueberries with hard stone-like exteriors. A corroded alkaline battery. Aw, cat! Thank you for the raid! What the fuck? Why is everyone coming in right now? What did I do? What did I do that was so special? The waste here smells particularly strong. Hello, everyone. If you do not know me... Oh, that is new. If you do not know me, my name is GOOO. Mostly nostalgic or horror or just surreal and wacky kind of things that I do. There's no real rhyme or reason. It just happens. I only just started streaming again, so... kind of iffy with things. I'm still kind of scuffed, so please, bear mind. But we're playing Growing My Grandpa. And Grandpa looks fucking freaky. Let me say that for sure. Alright, all clean. Let's see. This might be useful in the construction of magic symbols. Okay. Actually, let me... Oh! That makes it full screen. Oh god, what did it do? Jesus. Oh, I can't do that correctly anymore. Shit. If anyone isn't aware, I am, transgender, so I started, testosterone a little over 3 months ago. So I can no longer do a lot of the female voices that I used to do. Alright, let's go to the kitchen corner. Search the upper fridge. Lettuce. It looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Okay. Lower fridge. A banana. A brown banana. It looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Okay. I wonder if I can only feed him one thing? A soft fruit or vegetable. Unappealing item. Unappealing item? Alright, guys. Decide for me. Oh, Sentinel Shale, thank you for following. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Alright, you guys decide for me. Battery or fiberglass? I know I can do polls, but I don't know how. I've forgotten how. So, battery or fiberglass? Corrosion and acid, or tiny bits of glass that will cut up Grandpa's mouth constantly and ferociously. Fiberglass. Okay. Yeah, you can chat now. Hello. Alright, I'm gonna go with fiberglass. Let's go. Conceal. The insulation is concealed in the browning banana flesh. Huh. Okay. So the blueberries, I can't actually feed him at all. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, there is quite a bit here. Okay. Tamako Henka, thank you for following. Welcome, welcome. To the Crayon Brigade. Honestly, I might... You know, now that I think about it, I've never actually had a name for everybody, but Crayon Brigade sounds kind of cute. Oh, I thought that just... Oh, it just says hell. Great. Radiographs. Okay, so I can't actually look at them. I think I need to use the medical imaging device for that. Doing a collab with Peachy, and I saw they rated and was like, ah! Crayon Brigade is adorable. Thank you! Oh. Oh! Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Oh. Propagation number 21. Day 19 after dormancy. Nth vacuum broken, yes. Terminated at 21 days, I guess. Intriguing results with regard to the mimic hypothesis. A participant entered a sealed chamber adjacent to Whiskers. Yes, they call it Whiskers, by the way. So this is not Grandpa. Growth cycle number 21, which had been freed from the anthropoidic vacuum. Constructed quite economically from plastic and broken mirrors, the first propagation's original earthenware vacuum was shattered during the move-in. Between the two, there was a semi-opaque glass panel that allowed observation both ways. The human participant was asked to think of someone in the popular consciousness, fictional or no. Does that mean I could grow an anime girl? Because she just gave it a picture of her grandpa. Does this mean I would... Does this mean I could grow Hatsune Miku? Fictional or no, and congregate on their image. Personality, face, if possible, voice, if possible, etc. Our participant chose Jesus of Nazareth. Oh, great. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Neither do I. And with weekly repeated exposures to the participants' imaginings, propagation number 21 began forming what resembled an anthropoid Nazarene in the fold of its spines. In the fold of its spines. I wonder if it's tiny or if it's like human-sized. Previous human-oriented tests have always bore out a result that Whiskers would form an anthropoid team member, be it me or Dr. Hart or Gerald, and we assumed it was merely mimicking one of us. Dr. Hart has always contended that desirous yield, or the anthropoid reproduction Whiskers creates when in contact with human beings, has always been based on the conception and relation to the person through someone else. With the framework, the desirous yield is not actually a replica of a person, or if it is only a replica of the fiction of a person generated in the mind of one other. So technically, even if your grandpa was like a fucking asshole, if you wanted him to be a nice guy, then it would make him a nice guy. That's how I understand it. This desirous yield was not Jesus Christ, but the participants' image of Jesus, assembled from their religious upbringing, religious artwork, depictions in popular culture, etc. This radiograph was taken right before the destruction of the growth cycle while Whiskers was rendered unconscious via fumigation. It seems like with every successive propagation, the stem cells in the organism work a little faster. But I'm not paranoid. It's technically deathless, yes, but we're burning up whatever knowledge it's gained when we incinerate it. I don't believe in magic just yet. So is it showing Jesus of Nazareth? Like, what is this supposed to show me? Propagation number 2, day 0 after dormancy, anthropoid vacuum, broken, yes, terminated at 6 days.
We have taken to calling it Whiskers, though of course some have interpreted it as hair or needles or quills, but Whiskers is more accurate, as the needles are really more like supersensory follicles or spines. The nerve nets distributed throughout the morphology of these spines resemble those of genus Hydra, but have myelin sheaths that are functionally the same as vertebra. As we can see in the X-ray, each spine is laden with dense optical arrangements similar to compound eyes. The Hydra connection is assuredly worth investigating with regards to the organism's capacity for regeneration and anecdotal deathlessness. It certainly is a robust enough creature to inspire marvel that is not untinged with fear.
So I guess it does have eyes, like right here and here. Oh. Propagation 14, day 14 after dormancy. Anthropoid vacuum, broken, no. Terminated at 16 days. Exposure to mammalian forms, part of a series of zoomorphic influences, led to further understanding of the propagation's ability to stimulate the somatic stem cells that constitute fully developed animals. I write simulate in the previous statement because examining the tissue of each propagation leads me to believe its amazing capacity for accelerated growth of vastly different forms comes from its cell-level mutability. And yet at no time does it function as the thing it becomes, except in the sense that it mimics it. That is to say, when Whiskers is removed from dormancy and replicates a rabbit's morphology, it is not seeing from the rabbit's eyes, nor smelling from the rabbit's nose, but pretending that it does, and doing a very good job of it. Oh, that's creepy. Propagation number 5, day 10 after dormancy. Anthropoid vacuum, broken, no, terminated at 12 days. What the fuck is this? This radiograph was taken at or around growth cycle number 4. Strange thing about it was that the subject of the image was found nowhere near the enclosure. It's almost like a piece of Whiskers fell off and scurried into the corner. I feel like we've learned a lot since then, but at the time I remember speaking about the morphology being weird, not really even resembling any extant zoomorphic structure. Besides, maybe a cuttlefish. Then I happened to open the thing up. Inside were all these little dead amoeba-like things, but they all sort of looked like they had faces. Faces that were just barely there. After I took the radiograph, I gathered it up and went to go through it in the biohazard bin. As I walked by the bars of the enclosure, I could hear Whiskers suddenly going wild, flopping around and grunting excitedly. Could it have smelled the cuttlefish thing? Would it eat its own production? I guess it's technically flesh. This is beyond the scope of the project, but it could be that without the stimulus of an active brain, or more specifically, a healthy and active brain capable of face recognition and theory of mind, Whiskers begins to pull whatever it can from the limited data available to it. Again, this is not our focus at the time, but I left a note for Dr. Hart just in case he wanted to take a look. Alright, and that's all of them right now. Examine educational posters. Family togetherness. I can't read what that part says. Oh. No. No, I don't want to put it... Aw. Oh. Oh, so it's like trash. Okay. A set of procedures regarding disposal and interment. Examine this later, but I want to examine it now. The researcher will seal off the enclosure bars, ensuring minimal gas leakage during the later fumigating process, and then retrieve the burn barrel and place it near the enclosure. Allow at least 48 hours of time where the current growth cycle experiences no human-related stimuli. Do not enter the enclosure area, nor any part of the basement. Ideally, you will not be on the grounds at all. So seal off the enclosure, ensuring minimal gas leakage. To fumigate it and put it to sleep. Then retrieve your burn barrel. Allow at least 48 hours where no one talks to it, no one gets near it. After 48 hours, 2 researchers will enter the basement wearing their assigned mirror mask, mirror apron, and powered air purifying respirator. The researcher will use the vent system to fumigate the enclosure area. Wait 30 minutes, and then use the fan system to ventilate the enclosure. Keep the fans running during steps 3 through 4. Re-enter the enclosure area wearing your assigned mirror masks and aprons. The organism may or may not be in complete dormancy. If it is not in full dormancy, be assured that its capacity to act against you will be greatly diminished. With your assigned power drills, quickly remove any enclosure bars needed to access the organism. Put them aside for later reinstallation. 5. Put the organism in the burn barrel. Incinerate the organism thoroughly. Wait for any smoke to be properly cleared by the fan system. 6. Turn off the fans. One researcher will retrieve the nucleus from the ash and place it in the mirror box. The other researcher will sift through the ash and place any other substantial remains in the biohazard bin in the room outside of the enclosure area. The bin is locked for safety purposes. Code is 323245. Big. I have a pencil here, but do I have a piece of paper? Oh, I have sticky notes. Oh, this is perfect. Let me open this. Now that I'm actually sitting at a desk to stream, oh, it's so much different. Like, last time I streamed, I was on my bed for, like, the last time. But I cleaned off my desk, I cleaned off a huge area of my room, rediscovered that I owned a lot of things. Gonna itch my eye. Now as I open up. There we go. That's weird. Why is it that the pink section of this is so much thicker than the other sections of the post-it note? That's kind of fucking dumb. Alright. Code. Let's see. The other researcher will sift through the ash and place any other substantial remains in the biohazard bin in the room. The bin is locked for safety purposes. Okay, so it's the biohazard bin. Code 323245. The researchers will fill out a termination form and leave it for Dr. Hart. Biohazard bin. Consider discussing this when Grandpa emerges. Okay. So I looked over my documents. Search file cabinet. Alright, let's see what we can get. Oh, what is this? Cashews. It looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Unfortunately, Grandpa will not eat things that are not soft, as far as I can tell. It always amazes me how in-depth the lore for these games gets. You know, I forgot that there was another game that Yames had made, but it's called The Well. And I kinda... As far as I know, that game is it's relatively short. But... still, you know... That's not something you would spend a whole stream on, basically. Alright, so, an account of an acquisition. You can examine this later, but I'll examine it now. It was said to pass from one family of steppe people to another, but pressed on its ultimate origin. Blank, somewhere to the south. Coiled in a bowl covered in incantations. Buried upside down by a graveyard, a late common antiquity demon trap. Water Womb World, that's the other one. Let me read this again, because I think I read it with the wrong, like, intonation, and it, like, fucked me over in understanding it. It was said to pass from one family of steppe people to another, but pressed on its ultimate origin, blank, somewhere to the south. Coiled in a bowl, covered in incantations, and buried upside down by a graveyard. Excuse me. The keeper, an elderly man in failing health, was ready to expound on and on about the dangers of the organism, but when I asked more pointed questions about the history of its acquisition, I was given curt responses that had a way of circling back to vague warnings. Thank you, Void. My burp keeper. Again, I ask, how is all this fucking trash getting in here? What is her parents just, like, leaving around? Linguistics module. Grandpa! All clean. Space will not be dirty until next week. So how have you guys been? I haven't streamed for a while. I don't know if any, like... If anyone here is more of a new follower, or if they've been here since the time I streamed before, but... I mean, if you have, then hello again. Oh god, why am I getting shivers? Ugh. Oh, I should save the game. There we go. 0 out of 2 acceptable foods eaten. Seek out things to feed Grandpa. And teach him 2 words. Let me go to the kitchen. I don't have any soft fruits or vegetables. There's nothing up here with the lower fridge. No. I've been good. Got back into streaming myself recently. That's good! Hopefully I can catch one time. I think you're in Germany, correct? I don't know how much different that is from EST, though. There's the pulsating sack. I don't have anything sharp. +7 or +6 or +7 hours. Okay. So if right now is 10, that void. Is it 4 a.m. for you right now? Oh, you live in the UK. Okay. So that's let's see. Okay, Heatha, I think Heatha lives in the UK or something. And whenever we stream at 3, he always says it's like really late at night. Void. Void, come on. I mean, I appreciate you being here, but please take care of yourself. I mean, I assume you can take care of yourself, because if you do, I know, like, I mean, that's how I'm just gonna treat everybody. I assume that if you're here of your own volition. Hopefully. I hope no one's pointing a gun to your head to beat my fucking stream. But you're here of your own volition. If you truly had something else to do, you wouldn't be watching. Wanted to catch a GOOO stream. Thank you! I wish I could have streamed yesterday and Monday, but I was trying to finish that, PNG of, Marin and I. Okay, so I think I've already gotten through everything to examine. The waste here smells particularly strong. So it took me, I just could not fucking focus on it to finish that art to save my life. Yeah. Harry thing is no longer there. Okay. You guys want to see Grandpa? Look at Grandpa. Isn't he so handsome? You examine Grandpa, noting its movements, respiration, and general mood. Grandpa seems sort of sluggish and bored. You get the feeling it may be more content and readily cooperative once fed and taught a word or two. No response. Okay. Feed Grandpa. Yes, what is the tutorial? This brief tutorial will go over the basics of feeding Grandpa. Via induction of your unprotected insula, Grandpa has simulated the production of tooth enamel to mimic a human mouth. It will need to be fed through this in order to properly learn and grow. First, you will need to select an item from the lunchbox. Click on the lunchbox in the bottom right corner. The contents of the lunchbox will be displayed. Nice food, bad food. Select an item from the lunchbox. Doing so will fill your hand with this item. Note that any food can be put back into the lunchbox by clicking on it with a full hand. Before Grandpa can be fed, it must judge the food by smell. Hover your hand above Grandpa's olfactory bulbs. If Grandpa is pleased, it will allow you to feed it. Why is that so funny? Most foods Grandpa will accept, however getting Grandpa to consume other things requires some culinary deception. When Grandpa is willing to be fed, hover your hand over its mouth and click. Grandpa will then consume the food. Good luck on feeding Grandpa. You approach the small window set in the jail bars. Oh god. Oh god. Click on Grandpa's nostrils, left of his mouth. If he's enticed by the smell, click on his mouth to feed it. Click on Grandpa's nostrils, left of his mouth with a handful of food. Okay. So I can give him... Why would I need to give him bad food, though? Oh, that made me feel weird. What did it say? I didn't see what it said. I was closing my eyes. Because I was so fucked up by it. Okay, let me go back in. I'm gonna pick it up. Indifferent, but we'll accept this. Okay. Mouth. Lettuce. This will sate its hunger, but that is all. Battery. He grimaces at the sterile, artificial smell. Blueberries. He finds this palatable. Okay, so he likes the blueberries. What about... And we'll accept it for feeding. Okay. I don't know why I need to conceal it. But... He seems indifferent, but he will accept this. So that would make him content, at least. So let's give him... I think it was the blueberries, right? Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like the burlap. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Oh. Although quickly consumed, the meal seems to be causing some indigestion. He empties its stomach onto the floor. Oh, Grandpa, I'm sorry. One other, okay. Why did I make him eat that? Why did I make him eat that? What was the point of that? Why did... Why did they make me prepare food if it's just gonna make Grandpa unhappy? Oh, wait. Oh! That's right, he ate the fucking key! My hands are on the back of my head, but you can't see it, but... Oh, that's the key to the safe. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now I realize. Now I remember. Alright, Grandpa, you're gonna have to wait for a moment. I think it's the cabinet bottom drawer? Yeah. And it pops open. A photo of your mother as a young woman. Recognition of this face kicks off a cascade of emotion and meaning deep within your psyche. There's other shit in here. Is that all I get? Cool. Alright. Alright, let's get back to Grandpa. Feed Grandpa. Buh. Fuck. It never gets any better. I think... A very old leaf of lettuce is flaky and stiff. I think he liked the cashews, right? I don't like that it undulates every time he eats. It appears to have been sufficient. Oh, he went to his favorite corner. He made happy sounds. Oh, that's wonderful. Alright, what? Grandpa recently emptied its stomach. What Sackboy would look like if it was made by Lovecraft or Clive Barker. Yes, indeedy. Yeah, we're gonna overwrite the save. Go to Grandpa. No response. That's right, there's nothing in its stomach contents now. Teach Grandpa. Yes. This brief tutorial will go over teaching Grandpa pronunciation and vocalization. Vocabulary word he picked will appear in the top left corner. In the bottom right corner will be a pentagon that is divided up into 8 sections. A section of the pentagon will be highlighted briefly. A notification sound will play, and soon another section will be highlighted. You will control a small round icon that sits above the pentagon by using your mouse. The ball is constrained to the limits of the pentagon. The goal is to keep your icon over the highlighted area and move it as the area changes sections around the pentagon. When you hold left click above the correct highlighted area, the icon will start to vibrate, so I have to hold it there, along with the simulated vocal cords and the current letter of the word. It will begin to turn red. Keep holding over the highlighted section and adjust your icon as it changes place. Soon the letter will become fully red. After every letter becomes red, Grandpa will proudly pronounce the word to you, and it will be considered learned. Teaching Grandpa these words will accelerate its cognitive development and lead to further breakthroughs in general intelligence. You approach the small window set in the jail bars. It quickly slides over to meet you. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. So weird. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. Oh, wonderful. Is he gonna... Oh, Grandpa, I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's how I sounded when I first had to learn the human language. Beautiful. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card and the notes there written by administrators of the past. Hello. Part of Vocabulary and Vocalization Module A2, Conversational Basics. General pronunciation comments. Sloppy articulation. Module comments, see below. What's up? It's your boy. What's up, demons? It's Grandpa. We are already encountering some difficulty as Whiskers' subjectivity is so much determined by a diverse and dynamic array of influences. It attempts to mimic the thoughts and desires it passively intercepts, and these imitations go on to structure the basis of its identity. Only later in Whiskers' growth cycle does it begin to form an identity or identities that are coherent and capable of resembling a sane, rational human being when engaged in conversation. One must imagine how hard it would be to converse with someone who is not yet oriented in one particular way towards who or how they are, because they might have 20 different honest answers to those questions, all of them mixed and muddled together. Because of this, we have started with the basics of conversation: greetings, partings, identifying one another, forming questions, etc., etc. It is fortunate Whiskers' current growth, number 19, I believe, has developed a mostly accurate human mouth simulation. Hello was a bit of a challenge in the previous growth, as it had failed to develop an adequate organ to act as a human tongue. Step away from the bars and store the module card at the document table. I'm coming for you, Grandpa. We're gonna teach you another word, Grandpa. We're gonna teach you how to say Grandpa. He quickly slides over to meet you. Ugh. This is kind of difficult to, like, control, but it's cool. Looks like it has hair over the teeth that are, like, holding the mouth shut. Oh, God. She's going fucking everywhere. Ooh. Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong one. Here we go. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. Oh, that actually did make me feel, like, weirdly proud. He did say Grandpa. Aw. Grandpa, part of vocabulary and vocalization module E81 family. General pronunciation comments. Usual trouble with articulation. Voice thin, raspy, possibly underdeveloped larynx. Module comments, see below. We have done several sessions of what we are calling familial relation simulation. I and the co-researchers sit in chairs opposite the enclosure. We are wearing the usual masks, and we begin to act out a scene, most through improvisation that might roughly resemble a kitchen table conversation between an immediate family. Repeated trials would reveal although our simulated conversation was purposefully vague and unspecific regarding persons and identities, we would only address each other as brother, father, sister, etc. It soon became apparent the encoded information and associations we unconsciously drawn upon when hearing and speaking these words was picked up on by Whiskers and its psi-type field of reception, interpretation of brain. Alright, I need to start over the sentence. It soon became apparent the encoded information and associations we unconsciously drawn upon when hearing and speaking these words was being picked up on by Whiskers and its psi-type field of reception, interpretation of brain-mind events, semantic content. My co-researcher William noticed this in a simulation where Whiskers was given a role as a sister and he as a brother. I was the father. Whiskers began responding to certain prompts with unusual specificity, as well as a general pattern and timbre of speech that continued with unusual consistency. As soon as the simulation ended and we left the enclosure area, William let me know that Whiskers was almost certainly drawing from encoded memories of his late sister, mapping out exactly what regions and centers of neural activity are intercepted by the psi-type field will take extensive neuroimaging that we do not have at this site. Currently, we only have less precise portable equipment. However, our experiences so far are eerily in line with folk knowledge and folk explanations regarding the being's access to desires, and we can begin to infer it as access to certain portions of the limbic system and the ventral temporal cortex. It's a lot of science, big words. Alright. Grandpa, it cedes to your request. It approaches the bars and begins to unknit its skin. The inner grandpa. The inner grandpa? What the fuck do you mean by the inner grandpa? Though still not formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it if it can respond. Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? Ask about Grandpa's shell. Ask about the biohazard bin. Goodbye. Ask about Wish. With a great deal of effort, Grandpa gurgles fragmented thoughts through its ill-formed lips. Mother, father, who lives out in the air. Dark, spiny filaments that make up the majority of Grandpa's body begin to oscillate rapidly. In the air behind your eyes, I can taste it. Oh. It's Grandpa. With a great deal of effort. Okay, let's see. What does it say this time? Oh, I have to skin my body. All human skin around me. Give more. Oh, no. Grow more to fit. So, I mean, yeah, technically our skin is a shell. I say, wearing my meat suit. It fails to produce more than a wet and frustrated sputtering noise. Okay, so can't talk about that yet. Goodbye. He silently ascends into his shell. Alright. Let's observe it. He appears content and ready to cooperate. Save the game. End the week. Oh god, that was so much for 1 week? Damn. Oh, let me stretch. Technically, as part of my VTuber, like, lore and shit, this is not an actual body, this is a skin suit, so I totally understand coming out of my shell I'm talking to you with weirdly formed lips, I suppose. Food acquired. Weekly summary. I've got a lot of shit. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to a new conversation topic to discuss with Grandpa. Language. Week 3. It is a retelling of my own journey. I wonder who's my grandchild. Mrs. Richards approached me the other day in order to remark on Adrian's development. She noted how much more at ease she appeared when called upon in class, or when asked to participate in group exercises. I told her I had seen this change happening as well, and that as much as I would like to take credit for it, I can only guess dimly at what might be reshaping her attitude. Mrs. Richards posited that it was perhaps Adrian's family moving into their grandfather's property that caused the change. It apparently is out in the country, in a wooded area full of wide open space and far from the bustle and noise of the city. Grandfather, Dr. Oh, Dr. Hart is her grandfather. Okay. Had jointly purchased the land with the university he was employed with and began constructing what he was intending to be a satellite campus for a burgeoning psychological anthropology program he had a hand in establishing. Only one building ever ended up being constructed after he died in a car accident when driving back from the property one day. Eerily, at almost the exact same time, a grad student who was assisting him on some sort of project at the property vanished without a trace. So, he died and someone disappeared. Did he really die? The property sat in disuse for years as it was tied up in legal battles between Dr. Hart's next of kin, the university vanished grad student's family, and the other students Dr. Hart was working with. Eventually, the case was settled out of court. Only recently did the property fall into the possession of Adrienne's mother. Obviously, I was not going to relay this whole tragic story to Adrienne, who for all I know believes her grandpa to still be living in the basement of his home. Besides, I thought, she might already know all this. Perhaps the elaborate story she was constructing was her own way of escaping the morbid details of life, or perhaps lives, cut short by the cruel force of fate and the cynical adults who squabbled in the aftermath. Yeah, I guess it didn't really say... Did it really say where he got... or where he vanished from? Or did it just say that he vanished? It could have very well been eaten by Whiskers. I determined perhaps the storytelling she was, and continues to engage in, should not be encouraged by me, at least not in the way I went about it before, where I made active inquiries into her strange fantasy of a semi-sentient ball of skin. When I saw Adrienne, I did not bring up her grandpa or ask questions about his growth. Adrienne could not stop talking about it, however. I had no choice but to weather her bizarre and enthusiastic effusions about her new best friend.
I gotta be able to do this voice too.
Okay. Adrienne, maybe we can talk about something else. I'm not sure I'm following you exactly.
He's gotten so big. He has so many whiskers that come out, and I can see them move around when I think about him.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm so happy Grandpa's back. He's so much cooler than Mom and Dad.
Once again, for what it's worth, I've put down the story she told me as best as I could. Adrienne once again told me about growing her grandpa. Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like it. Everything is good. Trash. Oh, it's a kiwi. Kinda strange, but okay. Looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Okay, well, it didn't get any bigger, so that's good. I cannot explore without some sort of light. Let's go to the cabinet. It looks like this is like snake skin. Is the volume and like all the sound good for you guys, by the way? It's not too loud, not too quiet. I'm not too loud, because I know that when I was on the collab, on Friday, I tried to listen back to it, and oh my god, I peaked the mic so bad just by talking normally. Because I'm not used to how much more my voice carries. So, I can talk like this and think that it's perfectly fine, and then, you know. Okay.
Get some trash, guys. Let's get some trash.
Oh, I hate the fucking baby face. Okay, nothing in here. Good, good. Trash pile. Something about it looks strange. Well, I already got that off the painting, I think. So, we'll just search this. Oh, what is that? A potato! It looks edible. Oh, I love potatoes. Oh my god. Speaking of, because I might as well have something to talk about while I clean up trash. I fucking love soup. Particularly, like, loaded potato soup. Oh. Or it's like some, like, creamy potato soup. With, like, chunks, not, like, fully, like, smoothied. And then, it's good if it has the skin in it, too. Like Yukons or whatever. That's some good shit. And then, like, a bit of cheddar on top. Some bacon bits and, like, a bit of green onion. Oh, it's so good. I love soup so much. And it's getting, like, cold. Actually, let me turn around my clock here. Because my clock actually says what temperature it is. Outside and inside. Oh, fuck. It's 64 degrees in my room right now. Let me switch that to Celsius real quick so I can see what it means. It is, 9 degrees Celsius outside right now. And 18 degrees Celsius in my room. It is, my skin is cold. My skin is very cold. And in freedom units, 64 degrees in my room and 48 degrees outside. Life. Life. That's kind of weird that it's life. Yeah, those arrows do actually fit there. Okay, so I've already done those. Let's go to this trash pile. Oh, there's another growth. Why is there another growth? Uh-oh. The waste here smells particularly strong. Nothing there. But yeah, I guess what I was trying to say before, yeah, it does sound delicious. It's a very simple soup to make. It's just, when it gets colder, I get to eat, like, I love soup because there's so many different types of it, so many different things that you can make, so dinner doesn't really get boring because of all the different ways you can make it and all the different things you can put in it. Like, I know for, like, the past week I've been eating fish almost every fucking day, and I'm really starting to get tired of it, and it's mostly salmon. Like, I love salmon. Indecision. Indecision. Yeah. Those arrows do actually fit there. That's so weird that, like, they thought about that. Okay. We go in. To kitchen corner. Let's see. Upper fridge. A pear. Okay. Looks like a rotten pear, but it's still a pear. And a strawberry. Let's see. I can put it in the potato. But I only have a battery to put in it. Okay. Study corner. Yeah, this is all the shit that we've already gotten. No more educational posters. File cabinet here. For the winter, because you can put on as many. Yes! Oh my god, thank you. You're fucking amazing. That's like, because that's exactly why I love the winter. Like, I don't have a... To tell, like, a short little tidbit about my room. The reason why it's so cold in my room, first of all, is because I hate it when it's warm. Because I have extreme temperature sensory issues that come along with my autism. And I just cannot fucking... I can't sleep in the heat. I'll wake up in a sweat and it'll ruin my sleep. Like, just by being, like, 68 degrees in the room, it can be too much sometimes. But I also don't have a heater in my room. I used to. But the big radiator that it was got broken when they tried to remove it. So now there's nothing there. And instead, I have this, like... I guess it's kind of like the size... Yeah, it's like the size of a Funko Pop box. Where it's like a little ceramic... It's a little black ceramic heater. And damn, is that thing fucking... Oh, that works really well for as small as it is. Like, my room isn't that big, but it works pretty well. I did do cabinet 2. Did I do cabinet 3? No, I did not. Okay. What are these? I didn't know those were also trash. Oh my god, I probably fucking missed something. Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. You removed the taped down fabric to reveal the cabinet's wooden button. Oh. Huh. Maybe a summer baby, but I hate the heat because I sweat uncontrollably and there are only so many layers you can take off. A false bottom sounds like me. A note regarding cleanup procedures. Okay.
To my colleagues, I don't mean to be overly severe in tone, but Dr. Hart's work is very important, and the material we are working with is potentially very dangerous. I will be handing out a copy of this note as a reminder to everyone. I am not trying to single any particular person out. We all have misconceptions about the nature of this project from time to time. With that out of the way, here are some things to keep in mind. The active growth must be thoroughly terminated via the correct procedures at the very least 4 weeks after dormancy is interrupted. It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done regarding tests or procedures, or how much the anthropoidic vacuum has been disrupted. We are not ready to go beyond 4 weeks at this point. A step-by-step guide to termination has been posted by the enclosure wall. Please, please, please do not place the educational posters over this posting. Do not disrupt the anthropoidic vacuum without Dr. Hart's prior consultation and approval. By the enclosure wall. Please do not place the posters over the post. Oh, I was giving a female voice to William. Sorry, William. You're gonna be Billy the girl. In case of any emergency where the vacuum is disrupted, put on your equipment and begin the lockdown procedure. Make an extensive note of when and how the breach occurred. If you find the habitat empty,
Page Dr. Hart immediately, but do not attempt to speak with anyone else. This thing can get very smart, and I'm sure you're all well aware from the stories we heard on our acquisition trip. The greatest caution should be used when dealing with a potential aggressive mimicry scenario. Please seek me out if you have any more questions. Wilmina. He's no longer William. Notation regarding sample exoskeletons. Okay. Research participants, please take note. Each growth from a cycle does not require a shell, but you may find the sample will often try and seize on something somewhat flexible it can grow into, along with any desirous yield it may generate, or else it will move from one shell to the next as it outgrows them, like a hermit crab. In the small amount of time I've spent with it in preparation, I've noticed it tends toward human forms. However, we should keep a tight lid on the anthropoidic seal in order to be cautious before we begin to experiment with exposing it long-term to anthropoid stimuli. Dr. Hart. William is her dead name. I know. I shouldn't say William. It's she. And we respect that in this house. I don't know what kind of voice this is. Medical imaging. So that's 3 weeks. I wonder why the music turns on for that. Oh! What? I don't know what I just did, but let's go to Grandpa. Oh, he looks a little whiskery today. Grandpa's gums are bleeding Oh. Grandpa's gums are bleeding slightly, and its skin seems overly dry. It may need a food packed with vitamin C. A kiwi fruit would be an excellent remedy. Okay. Hi, Grandpa! Eat it, Grandpa. You'll need it. Okay. Oh, I have to let him smell it. Oh, his belly don't like it. Here, Grandpa, we'll give you something better. This will sate its hunger. Okay. What about a pear? Accept this as a meal. So there's nothing he's liked just yet. It's flaky and stiff. And this is the one he really doesn't like, right? Yeah. So he'll eat the pear, I think. Silently slides back to the floor. Okay. Oh, 2 out of 3 acceptable foods? Oh, some scissors! Okay. Okay. I think I can cut up those bulbs now. Content and ready to cooperate. Well, I will feed you more, Grandpa. I don't want to do this anymore, Grandpa. Well, too damn bad! Sorry about that. I know that was really loud. Oh, he grunts in appreciation and moves toward his favorite corner. teach Grandpa? I don't have 2 new words. Oh, that's right. I can explore the basement more now. Ugh. In the oily cavity, a powerful smell of rot arises, and many small, increate beings lay motionless and dead. However, you just barely hear the near silent slithering of something. Maybe it is just your imagination. Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, this is gross. Oh, this is so fucking gross. Why am I cleaning up the bulbous growth? I really don't like the sounds. E. The fuck? Anthropoid remnant. A self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts left to crawl around the basement. Grandpa may enjoy the flesh. If I'm looking at this correctly, this is someone's head. Eye, nose, mouth. A deep hole in the skull. And this kind of down here. Maybe it's pareidolia or whatever it's called, but this kind of looks like a face too. Little friends. Oh my god. I still can't go over here yet, though. The other bulbous growth, let's get to. It's also... Mate. May have just mate. These ones are bigger, aren't they? Some of these feel bigger. Oh, I never like it when it uncovers one of these things. And it said never to feed him meat. Self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts left to crawl around the basement. Grandpa may enjoy this flesh. Yum. I did not, learn anything new. I don't think I have anything that I can teach Grandpa. Oh, no, I do! Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Literally just got these. How did I forget? Hi, Grandpa. Can I... Oh my god, I don't like how this cursor moves. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. I'm so proud of you, Grandpa. Life. Part of Vocabulary and Vocalization Module P29 Concept Formation. General pronunciation comments. None. Module comments. See below. At week 3 of growth, number 24, Whiskers. At week 3 of growth, number 24, Whiskers appeared to recall some information from a previous growth cycle. We cannot be sure that this was really the case. For all we know, what we interpreted as it recollecting this information was really it drawing semantic content from one of our recollections of it, and redeploying it without rationality or contextualization. For the sake of our safety and for the sake of scientific inquiry, we are attempting to draw out from Whiskers whether it somehow retains knowledge from previous cycles in its morphylactic nucleus. We did not think it was possible. The nucleus, though complex and incredible in its regenerative abilities, was capable of this, and that the nerve network that grew from it made up the base of Whiskers' mind. You can see the folds vibrating behind the cursor? Yeah. The fuck is that emote, real quick? Oh, okay, it's a go face. I was like, what kind of 3D model FMV creature is that from far away? Let's see. Though complex and incredible in its regenerative abilities, was capable of this, and that the nerve network that grew from it made up the base of Whiskers' mind. So we are now attempting to ask Whiskers, as best we can, if it has ever died, or what it might remember if it did. Oop, shit. Alright, Grandpa. No, I gotta teach Grandpa. Indecision. Hi, Peepaw. Deep within Grandpa's strange membranes phonate confidently. I'm gonna do that every fucking time, and I hope you know that. He's getting so much better at it! Okay, it may sound like I'm just fucking around, but no, I'm, like, legitimately impressed. Like, I'm actually teaching this creature how to speak. He said that so nicely. Indecision. Part of vocabulary and vocalization. Module F23, Theory of Mind. General pronunciation comments. Articulation problems. Possible trouble with diphthongs. Module comments. See below. It did actually sound coherent, right? We are introducing the latest growth of Whiskers to more subtle social cues and testing its ability to judge mental states of participants in a conversation. The semantic content that flows to Whiskers via its psi field is still becoming muddled and slipped without distinction into conversation, although our intention of instilling it in a solid theory of mind will perhaps make it begin to understand that we do not know what it knows, or know what we are, without our control sending to it. Excuse me. So, because I know I'm reading a lot of the big words, and it might help you guys if I, like, kind of summarize whatever I think I'm reading, because I think I do understand it. It's still becoming muddled, it's slipped without distinction. So they want to know whether it's doing it on purpose or not, and understand that they cannot see the information it has in its brain, if it has a brain. One would think a theory of mind seems to develop as part of its maturation process. In order to hunt sapient beings, it must be able to deceive them. In order to deceive, it must be able to make certain metacognitive judgments. For example, if their deception appears to be working, or how one ought to be deceived. We may never see it develop a theory of mind anytime soon, as Dr. Hart has disallowed a cycle of Whiskers' growth to live into the beginnings of maturity. I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure I did everything. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't, attempt to communicate with Grandpa. It's so gross. The inner Grandpa. Oh, he's gotten bigger, I think, though. Grandpa still struggles somewhat to speak due to its underdeveloped tongue, mouth, and jaw. However, it manages to rasp out an answer. Hunger is not enough. On the walls of the cave, the aura can be hunger transformed, desire is fulfilled by pain. Your grandpa doesn't have the right words. Right now, I can only say, I love you. Aw. Love is not enough, though. Desire is not enough. Project it outwards. Make it true to yourself, if only in symbol. Then it will be enough. For me and for you. Grandpa's, like, legitimately, like, inspirational now. What the fuck happened? Even the music got inspirational. I know, right? Like, it's... Something to grow in. My skin is not the doll's skin. My skin is not like your skin, either. I can still feel your eyes on me inside my shell. I have many eyes to see, but I don't need them as much as I need your eyes, with which I can understand as seeing me. There is a cycle of attention. You give me myself, but I am still not that. Slowly, I form a human shape, and you see me more as human, and I become that. Biohazard bin. Let's see what he says. They kept putting me in a box, sleeping and then set a light, and then in a box in the corner, in the darkness. Most of you couldn't read then. The scribe came and wrote what everyone said. They wrote on strips of bark with thin reeds. No, it was not that. It was a paper posted somewhere. It had words to open the box. I was half dead in the box. The part of me that dies was put in there for a long time. It was not that. It was a paper posted somewhere. Words to open the box. So I guess like a magic incantation? The part of me and other things they threw in a refuse pile. Papers they discarded. Okay. What about language? Grandpa is old. My lives were easier before I made myself to speak, and before you made clothes to wear and rules to obey. But Grandpa remembers. I have learned much in many lives and deaths. Keep speaking with me. I love talking with you and learning from you, and it helps our Grandpa so much. Soon I will be everything you would like me to be. Okay, what about your little friends? Grandpa still struggles to speak. The little ones, they grew like seeds off my skin. Worms fall off my body. Thoughts falling off of me. Dreams put there by others. When I was under the ground, I made only very few. Shepherds walked through the grave, and I saw them lusting for their wives, and my skin made their loving faces. That's fucking creepy. I called them out into the darkness with their loved voices. One by one, I took their shapes and their skin and blood. That was a time ago, before stone buildings, before the orders of angels and words and symbols. I'm sorry, Grandpa is thinking, but there's a little left over from others too. I am still so hungry for flesh. Part of me is. I would even eat one of them that fell off of me. I can't help it. They grow off of me. They fall off and grow in the dark. Grow around me. Okay. Goodbye, Grandpa. He's like, oh, I was in the graves of the dead, and I heard them lusting for their wives, and called them over so I could devour them. Like, Jesus Christ. It's very, yeah, it's very David Lynchian. Let's see what... Okay, give the mother doll. He doesn't appear interested at the moment. Okay. Save game. We've been on for about 2.5 hours. I'm thinking, do I want to keep going? Because my throat's starting to hurt, you know? Sorry, I'm drinking some water. What shall I like to do? Shall I keep going? perhaps hurt my voice. Or stop here and then play this again on Saturday. I think I'm gonna play this on Saturday again. Let me save just one more time. And before anyone else leaves, please stay for raids. Please. It's common courtesy. Alright, we're gonna exit to the main menu. Growing my grandpa! Sorry, I just really love it. Alright, let me put on some spooky music. As I look for, someone that I can raid. Please stay. Please. I'm just gonna dance for a bit as I look. Ooh, Icky Gicky is playing Potionomics. Let's go to Gicky. Look at all my tentacles go! Alright, everybody. Grand Brigade is going out. I'm gonna see you, hopefully, on, Saturday night. Probably around, like, 8 or 9, like today. But, I gotta work for the next 2 days, so no streams then. Anyway, enjoy. Give a good big hi to Gicky, okay? And behave. Behave. Alright. Bye-bye.